Hola y bienvenidos. Hello and welcome to another episode of Ebony Ladies in the DR. We have an exciting show scheduled for you today. Oh, but remember, tune in to us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube. But before we get started, I'd like for you to meet my co-host.
Hi, I'm Shanna from Atlanta.
And I'm Tammy from South Carolina.
Bridget from H-Town, Houston, Texas.
And I'm Sheila McNeil from Silver Spring, Maryland. So today's exciting topic, which will go up and down, is transportation.
Woo! That's
We
a good
touched
one.
on it a little bit in some of the other episodes and determined that none of us own vehicles here, but we all have vehicles in the States. So my first question to you is, ladies, panel, what is your favorite mode of transportation now that you're here in the Dominican Republic without a car?
Well, I would say I like taking the bus.
Me too.
I like taking the bus. I like having a chair I can sit in, except sometimes every now and then I went on to one of those, it's like a mix between a van and a bus. It's somewhere in between there.
They call it
It's small.
guaguitas. Guaguitas.
What is it?
It's a small guagua. Guaguita.
Guaguita. And I stepped on that thing and I got on, and me and my American self said, there ain't no more seats on here. And the people behind me were like,
Go
so I'm standing with my groceries in the middle of this little thing trying to hold on, and then when I got off, everybody, like 15 people that were standing in the aisle had to get off so I could get off. It was the weirdest thing in the
For
world.
that reason, I prefer the motos.
That's it.
Any day. I prefer the motos.
I prefer the guagua every day. That's a little bit larger one. But me and Sheila just the other day had the opportunity to get on the guaguito. So when we got on, it was only one other man in there, and I was like, I told the man, I looked at him, I said, "Don't kidnap us," because I had never seen it before. I didn't know what was going on. He just rolled up on the sidewalk, and he was like, "Where y'all going?" It was like Cocotel, looking all in, real suspicious. So once we got in, I was cool because he was really, really nice. He was jamming. He was playing Romeo Santana or somebody in a CD, and he kept pointing at it like, "This is my favorite song." And the next song, "This is my favorite song."
That's why you love it here.
I loved it. It was funny. But then we got to a next stop to pick up two more women. Now we had picked up some more men after me and Sheila.
Yeah.
So we picked up
And it's
two
full.
more women. It's full.
Yeah,
So I'm in the front
the
seat
first
with
guy
him.
got in the back.
Right. So I'm in the front seat with him, and so the two women, they knew him, and they were like ready to get in, and he looked at me like, "Move over." So the front is this big. I had to scoot. I'm up on the little lump on the side of him.
Yeah.
And
Don't
she
forget you had
gets
two
in,
grocery bags.
and I had two grocery bags.
Yeah.
And she gets in, so I got half of her hip sitting on my lap,
Yep.
and her friend crawled into the hatch.
Yeah.
And everything was beautiful. I was like, okay.
See, and it may be a size thing because I have a little bit more meat on me.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I mean, and I will do it. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't travel by the guaguas, the vans, or the buses. I will. It's just not my first choice.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, if I know I have an appointment or somewhere to be, and I want to be there at a decent time, then I don't want to wait around for a guagua to come. And I just know that once I call my moto, because I use one or two that I just always use.
And that's
Everybody
what I
don't
was saying. You
have
have
the
people
service.
that
I have people that I call.
Yeah.
They come. I know when they're going to be there, and I know I'm going to get to where I need to go at the time that I need to be there. So for me, it's a more comfortable. I'm comfortable. I'm more comfortable seated behind a moto driver than I am squished into these buses.
The
Yeah.
buses.
Yeah,
So this
it's
was the first time
uncomfortable
I'd
for
ever
me.
experienced it, and it was amazing because they kept putting people.
More
That's
people
the
in.
new
Oh, yeah,
one.
that's the
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Nobody else can fit on
It's
this
no-
thing.
no-
But this is
limit.
what they'll say. They'll say, "Come on, it's plenty of room."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice.
I don't have time for it.
Plenty
I'm not
of
with
space.
it.
I love
But
Y'all
But-
take it.
But to what Bridget was saying about, well, me too, I prefer the guaguas, but we were talking the other day and you were saying how riding on the motos, how you felt like you were going to
right,
get your,
like he was
your
gonna
toes.
scrape the. Okay, so here speed bumps are true speed bumps.
Munch
They're
huge.
huge.
Yes.
So the motos can fit usually on the side of the.
They can go
on
around the
go
speed
around
bumps
the
between
speed
that
bump,
and the-
But it's the
the
speed
curve.
bump
Not
and the
much
curve.
space, yes.
So the first time I got on, the guy got so close to the curve that I thought my foot was gonna scrape on the curb.
Did it scrape?
My shoe did.
It did scrape.
My shoe did scrape the curb, but I had on like a, you know, an open little flip flop type sandal. But because it has the extra space on it, it rubbed that.
You scraped
And but had I had on, you know, a regular sandal, it would have scraped my foot. But, you know, and I was just like, dude, do you mind? You know, I was like, can you slow down? He was like, okay. He slowed down like one speed bump, and then after that,
he was gone again.
Yeah.
You
know,
I get it. I just
like
get
it.
claustrophobic on those buses.
On the bus,
It's too many people in one closed space. When I'm fortunate enough to get something that, you know, doesn't have a ton of people smacked in it like sardines, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But other than that, you find
I like it. They come like, the guaguas come like every 15 minutes. And
they're cheaper.
And they're 40 pesos.
They're cheaper.
80
I will say
cents.
they're cheaper.
You know, I
would
love
say too, it depends on where you're going. If I'm going, you know, just around this little area right here, then yeah, I'll jump on a moto and I'll jump in the back of my boyfriend's bike. But if I'm going like to the grocery stores, because listen, we've gone grocery shopping on the bike, okay? And I'm like, there's no way we about to get these 10 grocery bags on this bike. He's like, watch me, you know? So it's possible, but I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like I said, the ingenuity of the people here is just amazing to me.
Yeah.
And but again, that was going to be my next question about how do you get around shopping? Well, specifically grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I can tell y'all about that. So we have regular bikes, and then we have a trike, which is a 3-wheel bike with a huge basket on the back for our dog Bella, and we have a golf cart. So when we use the golf cart, so it's a process. We drive the golf cart to the front of the gate. We leave the golf cart at the front of the gate, then we go and we take the bus. And we take the bus to the grocery store with our shopping bags, and then we come back and we drive the golf cart home. When we don't use the golf cart, we just substitute the 3-wheel bike, and we take the bike with the basket, and we get on the bus and go do our grocery shopping. But you know, you really have to plan it. And my life is getting a little bit more complicated without a car and the whole system, because now I've fallen in love with 3 different grocery stores. It happens, you know. So like one store has my favorite bread. So without a car, you really have to plan it. So I can say, well, the bill is due on this day and I can't pay it early. So I'll wait to this day to go to this grocery store just because you don't have a car. You know, so your life, you know, and how you plan and how you do things is a lot, you know, it's a lot different. But I don't have anything else to do, so I'm not complaining.
Right.
Exactly.
You know,
How do
I
you
work
get
from
your
home,
groceries? I'm
so
sorry.
good.
Yeah. How do you get your groceries?
Me and Wincy
too.
My moto driver. Wincy and I, we go whatever store I want to go to. If it's 2 that day, we go. If it's 1 that day, we go. But me and my moto driver, he drives me there. He comes in the store with me. He shops with me. He picks me up. We get back safe. He will even park his motorcycle and walk me to my front door. Like, we got a system. This is 4 years in the making.
Well,
yes,
he's taking
a very
me.
nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He's taken me down to Jumbo several times, and he will wait. I mean, first he was coming in and shopping with me. I was like, no, I said you can wait there because But Shannon, with you being here the longest, I want to switch it a little bit and talk about getting around to other parts of the island.
Okay.
I know you know your way around, well, a whole lot better than I do, because we took our adventurous trip.
Oh, yeah, we had an adventure, didn't we?
Well,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But first, I want to ask you, how did you learn your way around?
I learned from doing a bunch of research. Just talking to this person, going to this group, asking this person, but also because of Trip with Shannon and my business, I've connected with people all over the island.
Right.
So I like to go meet up with them, meet who I'm sending my clients to, know these people personally. So for that, I have traveled a good bit around the island. But because of that, also, they're able to tell me exactly what I need to do, because most of the people that I'm working with are Dominican locals.
Right.
So they know exactly how to, what you should do. Oh, I got an uncle, he can get you a car. Like I'll have all these connections and people who have been able to look out for me and tell me how to navigate around.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when the time that I came down here and met Shannon for the first time, had this big idea we want to go up north. And first I was like,
we want to get out of Punta Cana.
Right, we're gonna rent a car because a friend of mine who I was staying with, him and his Dominican wife, he said, oh, it'll only take you 4-hour drive. Well, that's in a car. But then he kind of sort of talked us out of renting a car.
Yeah.
And we decided to take the bus. Well, the bus takes you from, here's the island, my people, here's the island. So this is going to be Punta Cana over here. You have to go down and
south.
over south,
to go up.
Which is a 2-hour ride, then to go north.
That's just because of the lack of
us
infrastructure.
All day long. It took all day. Right, at the major highway.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you about this one. We didn't even, this trip was so quick, we didn't even have a place to stay.
Oh my gosh.
No.
She booked us an Airbnb.
That's it.
While we were on our way
When
to
you
the
get there.
airport.
Yeah.
Look, I said while we were on our airport, while we were on our way up north. But Tammy, what do you find most interesting or maybe not so interesting about public transportation?
Well, I will say when we travel to Barahona, which is up, it's like the end of the island, so it's almost near Haiti.
5 hours away.
Yeah, so it's 5 hours away. So we've done both. Like when I first would come on vacation and we would go visit his family, I'm like, I need a car. So you need to rent a car. So we always rented a car. But now that I've been here, we've actually done the public buses where you have to get to Higüey and then you get on a bus, go 2 hours to Santo Domingo, then you get on another bus.
Oh my God.
And that's really inexpensive though.
It's
It's
inexpensive.
really.
Yeah.
I think it was like
Something like
$6-7.
Like 10 tops.
Yeah, it was
like
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you spend your whole day. I mean, if
Yeah,
you want to go
it's-
up north, you spend your whole day
It's
doing
all
it.
day sort of thing. But one thing I will say is when you are traveling, it's like the double-decker charter bus.
The charter
Yeah.
buses.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
TV.
Now,
Yes.
those I
Yes.
can deal with.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like
Yes.
my dad, that was his business.
They
like
made for
growing
me.
up, he had charter buses, so it was kind of like nice to be like, oh wow. And so it's interesting because you have like the small island with these like small roads, I guess, and then you got these huge buses going up and down because that's how everybody tends to travel because not a lot of people have cars or not like in the U.S. I should say. So I think that's the biggest thing that I found like the most interesting.
Good.
Now, because we don't have cars here, but we've all looked into cars, right?
Yeah,
So
we did.
what has been the biggest surprise about what y'all found as far as the car market here and, you know, the buying process of a car? Just pricing.
The price, like.
Really? We haven't looked into it because we said we were gonna wait the whole year, but
Like, so we looked at,
Really?
I think it was like a Ford 2009, something like that, and it was $19,000.
wow.
And that's every
But
car.
what
is
about
just
like
incredibly
the brand new
overpriced.
Kia car? Everybody has that car.
There-
So and this is still expensive.
Yeah.
So I will tell y'all something.
Go ahead,
little
Shannon.
story.
Uh-huh.
Okay, real quick. So I'm on this Facebook Marketplace all the time. Davey and I are always looking at just to see what's out there. You know, if we
Right,
come
cars.
upon a hidden gem, great. You know, we'll find something.
Right.
So the other day I was just scrolling through, and somehow my Facebook Marketplace is mixed in with Dominican stuff
US.
and stuff from home.
Mine is too.
So the other day I'm scrolling through, I find this Xterra. It's like I'm like excited because it was
Nissan
cheap.
Xterra.
Nissan Xterra.
Yeah.
I was like, it's big. It'll get us over these ridiculous speed bumps here.
Yeah.
I done contacted the man and
yeah.
everything. This was from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh my god.
And it was cheap.
Yeah.
And that's just to show you because here you don't find those
Right.
deals like that.
No, it's expensive.
So it caught me by surprise enough to contact the gentleman and be like, hey, can I come see this tomorrow?
Yeah.
And he was excited too. And then I realized, oh, this is in Atlanta.
And to add, what I want to say too is that like a lot of people are like, oh, just ship your car.
Right.
You know,
That's
and
what I
that's
was
what
gonna
I was
ask
going
about.
to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
But
answer the
when
question.
I looked into the fact that it was $5,000 to ship my car, I'm like, well, then I could just buy a new car
Buy a new
here.
car.
You know, so that's the hard.
Yes.
Well, that's what a
That's
lot of
what
people,
it
a lot of advice that I had gotten when I was, because my original plan was to move down here, you know, and just do the whole. But my car, but this is what cracks me up. My car, which is in excellent condition, but it's a 2007. So you can't ship you can't ship a car. But then I ride up and down the street. I mean, you're in the guaguas and stuff, and you gotta cover your nose because of the exhaust of all of the old raggedy
Yeah.
cars that are here.
Yeah.
But still in all, people still said, well, most of the people in the groups that I've been in, the expat groups, that it's more cost effective to buy a car here.
Yeah.
And that you can find some good deals.
I think you can.
Yeah.
I think you can.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to find the right person, know the right person.
Yeah.
Because I also think there's a bunch of crappy cars here, really crappy cars, and I think I think there's a lot of risk in car buying here.
Yeah.
But if you know the right people and you do your due diligence, I do think you can find a deal.
I think, I don't know. Well, just to say why they don't ship cars, because it has to be within 5 years.
Right.
So if
Yeah.
everybody know you move here, if your car's older than 5 years, you can't bring it into the country.
Oh man, I just missed the cutoff.
Yeah, so you can't do it
I
in
have a
5 years.
2014.
And then if you get residency, you become legal here, you can ship one car and not pay the luxury tax on the
Yeah.
car. So that's something good.
that I know.
I didn't
So
know that.
something you might want to think about if you stay here. But
And your car has to be paid for.
yeah,
Yes.
like no
Yeah.
car that
Yeah.
you're financing or anything like that. But the whole transportation thing here, I wouldn't buy a used car from a Dominican, and that's not to sound ugly or prejudiced or anything like that.
Yeah, 'cause it's iffy to do it in the
Yeah,
US.
it's iffy to do it in the U.S., but here, because, everything is imported, I wouldn't feel as comfortable about how it was taken care of in the process. So I would rather buy something new. So when we do get ready to car shop, we're definitely going to buy a brand new car. But it's going to be so tiny because, the gas here is so high.
So high.
And so, but it is going to be like a little tiny car. And I don't even think after this year that I'm ready still, because I've gotten so used to riding my bike. I like, the exercise I get. I like not having to worry about if it's gonna start, if I gotta get the insurance or, anything.
Tag
So
renewed.
I'm happy with
me
the
too.
bike. And there's nowhere I have to go. Like these rainy days, and like, well, what do you do when it rains? I'll stay home.
Yeah.
We keep plenty of food in our little bitty refrigerator. You know what I mean? We keep plenty of stuff in the pantry. We got lights on. I said, I don't worry about it, so.
Because
until
if you
my
do need
needs-
to go, you rent.
Right. I
Yeah.
just rent a
Yeah.
car and I take it back. And it's their headache, Take it back full then. It's their headache. And I think I'm getting spoiled with the whole rental car thing, because some days we'll get a car for 4 or 5 days and we're done with it in 2. It's like we just got a car sitting out there for nothing.
nothing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right now, I don't really see the need to purchase a car.
Everything's so
Yeah.
close
It's so
and
close.
convenient. Like if you can't walk to it, you can moto to it or get on the bus to it for less than $1.
Yeah.
Like it's just I
Nothing
don't
beats
see
it.
the reason of paying a car note every year and spending the money on the gas. But I get what you're
I think,
saying.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think sometimes for me, because I am an adventurer and I am so
You
new
want to
here,
get out, right.
I want to see the island. And so
Yeah.
sometimes it's like I
Yeah.
don't want to see the same 4 or
Things,
5
right.
restaurants. I don't want
Right.
to,
But you can.
sit in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I mean, I
rent a car.
can,
You
but
can.
it would be so much easier
If you had your own
if
car.
I had my own car.
Right.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Speaking of being easier too, I will bring up nightlife because the Guagua stop
Right.
running at
At
10.
10.
That's true.
So
So
I don't know how late the motos are. I just know that
They're
the
pretty
Guaguas,
late.
they're
yeah,
pretty
you can
late.
get a moto
Yeah.
at 1, 2 in the
2, 3
morning.
But
Yeah.
since I
Because
don't
you feel like,
like
you want to ride.
riding a motor, but how have you all found getting around
For
in
nightlife.
at night? Yeah, like if you want to go to a club or because the cabs are
Expensive.
Yeah, I will
expensive.
not do a cab.
Yeah,
that's my
cabs
last
are really
resort.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do our bikes because our nightlife is really Malaya because we have access to the resort and they have the dancing, they have the music, they have the shows. So we, as homeowners here, we take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Because we're close. I'm almost 50. My husband's already 50, and so my, got to be in the mix, partying every weekend, that type of thing. I'm over that. I'm past it. But I love. Everybody know me. I love to dance. I love to party. But I can go do it, and it's free.
Yeah.
And I can ride my bike, and I'm right across the street. So it doesn't matter that it's late at night when we come back because we're literally, go out of one gate, there's security, go into the
Right.
next gate, then I'm home.
Right.
And I can do that on my bike.
Yeah.
So just getting around.
Yeah.
I'm lucky in that the type of work that I do allows me to utilize, like my clients. If I have a client in town, because I'm not huge on nightlife. I don't really need it. I'm kind of at the point. I mean, I'm only 34, but I'm kind of at the point where I like my little. I like my home. I like being at home.
You make your home comfortable.
Yeah, I make my home comfortable.
Your home.
But every now and then I have a client and they want to go out, and I want to definitely make sure that my clients have a great time while they're here. So they may rent a car. If they want to do something like that, then that's a responsibility that I can give them a good price on the rental car. But we'll go out on the rental car, with them, and we'll go out and have a great time.
Well, by nightlife, I don't necessarily mean going out dancing at a club.
Just
I'm just talking about being able
to
to get around at night. I mean, like if you want to go out on a date, if you just want to go to a restaurant, because as far as I'm concerned, because I'm by myself, if I decided one evening, okay, well, I think I'm going to go up to, La Bruja, which is a fabulous restaurant here. It's close by, so that wouldn't be a problem for me. But if I wanted to go someplace a little further,
like a movie theater,
then just to go get something to eat or downtown, just anywhere in the evening by myself. It's not. I don't know how comfortable I would be.
So you have
doing that?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
So I will do a moto control easily on that note. The buses run till 10, but after 10 o'clock, I'm not out in the streets.
Right. And that's not something I did in the States. Yeah. So it's like I ride my bike. That's the only thing that's okay. That's something that I do differently here versus the United States with my bike, because at home, Houston is so large. It wasn't an option to get on your bike and go run errands and do all that. You would literally be killed. The accident rate and people talking and texting was just humongous. So it wasn't safe. So I wouldn't feel safe doing things on my bike in Houston, and because it's so big. But here, I feel comfortable. But I still don't go out riding by myself without Davlin, without my husband, at night, because that's not something I would do at home. I'm not going to get here and think because the crime rate is lower that there's no crime, or think because, it's laid back, it's the Caribbean, that I can do these things. You still have to, when you move here, you come to a different place, you have to be that more conscious of the things that you do, especially with the language barrier, because if something happens and I'm not by myself, and I run into somebody that has no concept of the English language, and my Spanish, I'm learning really proper Spanish from Duolingo, and they're like, I'm not learning, that's an app, so I'm not learning the local, Spanish. I'm picking that up. But it's like a lot of things, a lot of words that I'm learning, they don't even use. Like, they don't even know what I'm talking about. So I always want to make sure I keep myself in a safe space. And that's what you have to do. But
I will say that has been a big change. I mean, because I would go out with girlfriends and stuff and have my car and felt safe running back from downtown Atlanta back home. But here, I don't know the lay of the, I know the lay of the land. I just don't trust it like I trust it back home. I don't, and then I guess because I don't have my car, like I prefer not to be out so late at night,
I guess when I'm talking about night, because it gets dark here early. We don't do Eastern Standard Time, so around 6:30.
Right.
So maybe the question should have been after it's dark.
After it's dark.
But like I said, me as a
motorbike, so.
Right. Well, but then again, you have.
If
I'm by myself. So if I decided I want to go someplace, if I had a car here, wouldn't be no problem. I sure would. But I'm not gonna, travel on public transportation after dark, whether it's 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, by myself. Yeah. So
the most I've ever done, though, and I was surprised, like I did go at night by myself, walk to the local grocery store, Super Llama, here, which is that's probably a 10-minute tops walk from
that's a good one. I do that.
I'll do that at night.
Because it's safe. The route is open. You're going to pass the security guards the whole way. Then you're on the open
There's
street.
People passing.
So that's good.
It's pretty business there. Yeah, because I tell you what, I miss my car a whole lot, immensely, every time that I go home. I drive my car. just because I be thinking I have Diet Coke in the refrigerator. I said, I'm gonna go get me a Diet Coke from McDonald's because it's a fountain soda. And I get in my car and I'll drive to McDonald's because I'm just driving. I just love it, and I love my car. I miss my car.
It's not just about having a mode of transportation. It's also hearing my music and my seatbelt and my sunroof and the wind blowing, and I got my shades on. And driving can be an experience, and I miss it. I do.
That's why I don't hardly listen to the radio anymore. Because when I used to listen to the radio, it was in the car. So I don't even know the new music going on in the States right now. Because when I go home, I'm lost.
Or even audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks in the car. And now it's like you can, but what am I doing at my house? Like, listen to audio.
That's the thing. You know, and that's what's up, because I was talking to Davlin the other day about the apps and things that you downloaded, because he was telling me that you all have an access to your local Houston stations,
we watch our Houston
Memphis and all that stuff, and that I was like, oh, duh, I have a app on my phone for some of the local stations that are in DC, and I'll be sitting in my house and never think
we listen
to turn it on. But when I was in my car, first thing you do when you turn on the radio and turn on the radio.
Well, maybe, who knows, in the future we might have it. Ebony Ladies in the Dark, we might own a car together.
I know. We'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it.
Have us a wrap on the car. Y'all be in the Punta Cana and see our car.
The company vehicle.
A company vehicle. Hey, you never know.
Okay, well, I think we've come to the end of this episode of Ebony Ladies in the DR. Please remember to join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube.
Yes.
I was getting ready.